still stuff to do not necessarily in the garden, but I mean, I don't know. We're starting to think about next year. I'm starting to think about next year.
I'm ready for next year.
I've got my garden at home all cleaned out, all the old dead out, and when you start thinking about, well, what am I going to do different next year? What am I going to get? Am I still going to do that? Am I still going to do that? But the main thing now is seed catalog time. If you haven't got it yet, you can get on there and order them. We got seed catalog. I got
a handful
couple
already.
of seed catalogs, and they're just kind of, maybe I'm just a geeky gardener, but they're kind of fun to look at, new breeds, new hybrids, new different things. I mean, there's heirlooms seeds, and then there's these hybrid seeds.
Yep.
And the heirlooms are the traditional. They've been that way for.
Yeah, Cherokee purple. When you say that, you think Cherokee purple tomato.
Right.
But there's a lot of different plants, and those seed catalogs they do a good job with them. And
right.
It's kind of like junk mail. And once you get on a list, it seems like there's 4 or 5 that share it, and
right.
you get seed catalogs. And I mean, a lot of them's online too.
Right.
But it always gets to that point where now you start getting those in the mail. That really gets us kicking off to hey, I want to plant this eggplant, or I want to plant this tomato this year, and I'm going to try to grow it myself. Right. So at least start doing some thinking, reading a little bit about it, figuring out, if that's the one you want, and then order it. So
and there may
fun.
be some that you may look at and say, well, I want that. That tomato looks delicious. It's nice and big, but it may not be the best for your particular area. There's information in those seed catalogs that'll also be on the seeds, in particular, like this, got this out of a seed catalog. It lists all the resistance codes that have been bred into this.
That's right. You may not be aware of it, but you'll see, say, like celebrity, and then you'll say in parentheses there'll be an N in parentheses. Well, those stand for something. Right. And Tom, you said you got this off Johnny's seed catalog,
right.
And great reference right there, because there's a bunch of them, as you can see. Tomato mosaic, fusarium's a big problem, nematode's a big problem. Right. So if you called into our office or you diagnosed it as one of these diseases, check for tomatoes that are, resistant to that particular variety that we identify.
If you've had a problem with, say, fusarium wilt in the past, there are fusarium wilt resistant varieties. And they're not GMOs.
No,
they're hybrids. They've been cross-pollinated.
They've been bred
right.
and bred to be resistant to these diseases.
Right. So if you've had an issue, or if you just don't want to have to worry about that issue, mm-hmm. and you're not concerned about, don't necessarily I want to be heirloom.
Yeah.
These are great varieties, and will help you produce some fruit and vegetables that you can eat. And but also on the seeds, there's a lot more information on there than just the seed.
And how much it is.
Yeah, you got the variety. On this particular one, it's showing whether it's organic or not.
Yeah.
It's concerned to a variety of people.
That's
but
right.
Days to harvest, the size of the fruit, whether it's going to be soft, medium, firm. These are tomatoes, by the way, soft, medium, firm. And then you get to these disease resistance codes, where they're going to show all the different, what that particular variety has a resistance to. So you may like this one, but oh no, I've got a fusarium problem. I'll get the other one.
I'll try the other
instead
one.
of it. And so, I like to hear all the kind of the opinions of it,
what they
better
think
tasting than the others, or classic tomato flavor, et cetera.
And there's a lot of websites, a lot of blogs out there, right. And the seed saving organizations are fun as well,
right.
And they'll send catalogs, and you may find some different seeds, and not necessarily vegetables, but all kinds,
right.
And try a few. Or the library. The library has a seed bank, Tulsa Library, right. And a lot of other libraries too. But I know the downtown library has, right. Where you can go and check out seeds, and then if you have enough at the end of the season, you take them back. So, there's a lot of different things to do for seeds. We're not quite at the point where we're ready to plant the seeds for spring, but we'll hit that in our January, February editions. Right. But at least it gives us some talking points, some thinking points when we're on the couch eating that cup of hot chocolate to read a little bit about.
Through our seed catalogs.
Pulling through the seed catalogs. That's right. It's all good. It's a fun time to at least start planning and thinking about ahead of what we want to do.
Right, and some of us will actually sketch out our gardens and decide you know,
Not me.
what goes where, but
Some of us are OCD like that.
some of us maybe have a problem. Anyway, it's something to look forward to. It's something you can be doing now for your garden next year. Seed catalog.
Not to use names, what's some of your favorite ones that you like? Johnny's has got a pretty good seed catalog. They've been
Johnny's,
around forever.
Baker. I think it's Baker Creek. Is an heirloom seed company.
Okay,
They're up
okay.
they're not too far from us, up in Missouri.
Oh, really?
Stokes.
Okay.
I mean, there's a bunch.
Lots of them.
Lots of different ones, and you get on there and you can get their catalog and. They'll send it to you, of course, or you can go online.
Go online
search for them,
and
all the information is there. But I don't know. There's just something about the catalog.
Just to have it in there. We've
sit
always
there.
had it, Tom, so it's one of those.
We've grown
that-
up with, maybe we're
that's
showing
right.
our age. I like the catalog. Well, I also look online, but I don't know, the catalog you get.
And those photos,
they look good.
sometimes maybe photoshopped a little, but maybe not.
Brian.
Marketing.
Mark, we're talking vegetables here. No. Anyway, it's fun, and
it is.
You learn some things, try some different varieties, and you'll find some varieties that maybe you're not gonna find somewhere else.
That's right, and that's where I was kind of going to the next thought. That's scary when you get next thoughts.
Yeah.
The colors of the vegetables are cool. They've got all kinds of colors of peppers, sweet potatoes, the various. They're all kinds of, a lot of the growers are doing some fun stuff with the colors. So you don't just have to have a red tomato or an orange carrot or a sweet potato that's orange. So, so there's a lot of different stuff out there color-wise. And again, you won't be able to find on the store shelves of local nurseries.
Right.
You'll be able to see them here, and then, you can plant them directly, or you can make transplants and plant the transplants after you plant them. So
Right.
a lot of cool things to start thinking about.
Yes, sir.
And if you got a question about a particular variety, call our office. And if we don't know, we could probably do some digging and find out too. So I mean, a lot of options there for you.
Well, and we'll post this also at the end in the information. But the OSU does put out a fact sheet on garden planting, and they do have preferred or recommended varieties.
Yeah,
If you
garden
get-
planning guide.
These have
is
been
what they
tested.
did.
These are approved. These will grow here in Oklahoma.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean you can't try.
And us
something-
gardeners are kind of hard-headed. We're going to push the limit,
Yeah, it's
so
like,
we
well,
can try it.
I want this
I
one.
want this one, but it may or may not work, and that's what's fun.
That's-
That's what's fun.
That's the gardener's motto. There's
There you
always
go.
next year.
Seed catalogs, check them out.
Catalog.